Hello and welcome. In this week's video, I'm going to cover how to add a 32-bit float recording to any wireless mic system. My name is Cree, and on this channel, I talk about tech with context. When it comes to providing video production services or recording any video, I can control most things. I can control the lighting, I can control the settings in my camera. But when it comes to audio, this for me is the most stressful component. No matter how much time I spend setting it up, I cannot control what the person in front of the camera is going to do. So I can't control if all of a sudden their voice gets very quiet and they're whispering and you can barely hear them, or if that audio peaks in those times when the person laughs or yells, or that audio gets very loud. And, you've probably been in the situation where it's moments like those have destroyed your audio. Yes, it is the bane of my existence. But earlier this year, Rode came out with a new wireless microphone system that includes 32-bit float recording. And I'm so excited about this. Now, if you have the luxury of upgrading to that wireless mic system, then you can take advantage of 32-bit float recording right away. But if you're like me, who already has a number of wireless microphone systems that I already have in my kit, putting those aside and making a big purchase is a big deal for me. However, I have discovered a way to include a 32-bit float recording using any wireless microphone system. And that's what I am going to show you today. In order to make this happen, you're going to need a wireless microphone system. This is the Rode Wireless Go-To system. This is the receiver with 2 transmitters or 2 microphones. The other items that you'll need is an XLR to 3.5 millimeter adapter. This is the TRS to TRS cable that comes with the wireless microphone system. And then over here, you have a 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter audio cable, which you're going to see how I utilize that here in a little while. Now, the key component to this entire setup is this. This is the Zoom F3 recorder. This is a very small sized recorder that captures audio. It captures 32-bit float audio. So that is the secret sauce to all of this. So before we dive into the setup, let's talk about 32-bit float. Without going into all the technical aspects of it, because honestly, I'm not an audio engineer and I don't really know all of the technical aspects, I do know that when you're capturing 32-bit float, the audio can be very quiet or it can be very loud. You can literally be yelling into the microphone and the audio is still going to come through and it's going to record in a way that you can adjust it during the edit. So that means that when I set this up, me as a person who's managing the video, managing the lighting, managing my client, managing everything else, this is going to give me the peace of mind that I can set this recorder up and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about it capturing good audio or usable audio. And that is fantastic. It just takes another layer of stress away from me while I am on site with a client. But in this setup, there are some limitations, and I will go over those as I walk you through how to get this set up. In order to set this up, you want to take one of your microphones and go ahead and mic your client up like you normally do. And in this case, I have 2 microphones here or 2 transmitters here, but there's only one of me. So we can take this second microphone and we can just remove it from this setup. Now we do have this receiver. And if you look on here, the receiver display is going to show you all the microphone levels. It's also going to show battery levels. And in the middle is the gain indicator. So let's talk about gain next. So what I'm doing in this setup is I have a microphone or a transmitter on a person. That signal is going to this receiver. And then what I'm going to do to capture 32-bit float audio is I'm going to plug this receiver into this recorder. This is important to understand because this receiver does not have 32-bit float on it. So if for some reason the audio coming through this receiver is not good in any way, meaning if it's peaking or if it's too low, then you're going to have an issue capturing audio at all into the recorder. So what I do is I'll adjust the gain on this wireless microphone system. And in this case, if you look in the middle, the Rode wireless systems basically have 3 gain settings, either low, medium, or high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the gain to low in this situation. The reason why I set it to low using the Rode Wireless Go 2s is because, remember, 32-bit float can capture very soft audio. But what it's going to have an issue with is if for some reason it peaks and the audio that I send to that Zoom recorder, if that's peaking or it's not good for some reason, then there's no way that the Zoom recorder, in this case, the F3, is going to be able to pick up that audio. So I'm just going to turn my gain down to the lowest number possible. If you have something like a DJI wireless microphone system, you can control the gain on that system as well. Most systems do have that. So what you want to do next is turn your gain down so that the audio is not peaking between your client or the microphone and by the time it gets to that 32-bit float recorder. So next thing I'm going to do is I am going to take this XLR to 3.5 millimeter adapter and I'm going to go ahead and plug it into this recorder. I'll take the TRS to TRS cable. You're probably used to doing this with your camera if you're connecting this to your camera. And now I'm just going to plug this into the receiver. So you're plugging this wireless receiver into the recorder rather than your camera in this case. And now what's happening is I'm sending that audio from this microphone to this receiver, and now it's going into the Zoom F3. And you can see that it's picking up audio right there. So right now, what I'm doing is I am capturing this recording in the Rode Wireless Go 2. And as you know, you can record internally on that system, so you can capture that recording at that layer. And then I'm sending the audio into the Zoom F3. Now this is where that 32-bit float recording is going to take place. And you can just hit the record button on the Zoom F3 right here and capture the 32-bit float recording. But what I also do is I take this 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter cable, and on this Zoom F3, there's a line out option. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this cable into here. And then what I can do is I can take whatever camera I'm recording with, and I'm going to use the mic input, and I'm going to go ahead and plug the other end of that cable, the 3.5 millimeter cable, right here into the camera. So that way I can monitor all of my audio here on the camera, but I know that I can also record on the Rode Wireless Go 2 if I want. And more importantly, I'm going to hit record on the Zoom F3 so that I am capturing that 32-bit float recording. That signal is being sent from the F3 up this cable and into the camera. And so that way, when I'm in the edit, I can sync the 32-bit float recording to whatever I'm capturing here internally. Of course, you can do a shotgun mic or you can do something else to sync your audio if you do sync audio using that method. But either way, now I'm sending the signal from my microphone through all of these devices, ultimately into my camera, and I'm capturing audio at 3 different layers. The great thing about this setup is all I have to do is set all of this up. I do have to make sure that I am hitting record on all of these devices, but once I hit record, I don't have to worry about the audio at all. Whatever is coming through the microphone, through this system, is being captured, and I get a 32-bit float version of that audio recording. So if for some reason it peaks or it's too quiet, I can modify that audio in post, and I'm going to have good, clean audio every single time. So this is certainly a unique setup, And in my case, I'm doing this because upgrading to a 32-bit float wireless system does not make sense for me right now. It might in the future. I'm looking forward to seeing how this functionality is integrated into future wireless microphone systems. But until then, this is what I'm going to go with. So let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Is this a setup that might be worth taking a look at for your video production services or whatever your video workflow might be? Let me know in the comments below. And before you leave, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Subscribe before you head out if you like videos like these. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you in next week's video.